Holy Spirit. How you doing? How you doing? You ever wanted to say goodbye to pain? Well, you can say goodbye to pain. Today we're going to ask that you leave your questions and comments for the Queen, as when she joins us, she's looking forward to knowing what is it that we really think about in politics. Before we bring her on to the mic, just to really have that conversation, what conversations have you been having in the lines with yourself watching the news? I'm sure each one of you have thought about how politics affects you on the everyday basis. Maybe it's just because you own a business. We spoke about that yesterday. Maybe it's because you have children that are in school that politics affect you. Well, wake up as we're tagging a few people to join us on Take a Solar Moment. That's right. And when you take a solar moment, you'll find some things out. It's not about who solar is, it's truly about the everyday moments in which you live to really learn how to live again. Sharing wisdom, 365 Black. Of course, we're about to just join you live. Here we are. Here it is. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Just yesterday, we were talking about why should we not celebrate 365, but right now, of course, here's from the cradle to stay out the grave with James Gill. Good morning.
Good morning. We're going to talk about chicken, chicken, chicken. I love fried chicken. I love baked chicken. I even love the boiled chicken. We all love chicken. Buffalo is known for their buffalo chicken wings. But let me explain something to you. Chicken is one of the worst things that you could eat, especially if you have high blood pressure. You can stop eating pretzels. You can stop using the table salt. But if you do not leave that chicken alone, you will always be taking a pill for your high blood pressure because of the different steroids that they stick in these chickens with. The chicken is so high in demand, they're doing everything they can to bring these chickens out a whole lot faster. They are even giving these chickens caffeine so they can stay up a little bit longer, so they can eat a little bit longer, they can be a whole lot fatter. And then even when they do clean them and they put them in the factories, they're also sticking them with salt products to beef them up a little bit more. So if your doctor tells you that you have high blood pressure, sorry to say it, you have to leave the chicken alone. If not, you're going to always be taking a pill. That's the law of the land, forces it.
Oh, talking about from the cradle to stay out the grave, and that being the law of the land for today. I don't know what to say. I want to hear from you. 716. I'm going to give it to you just like this. 716-605-4455. Actually, go ahead and call it. It's a business number. It has been for some years. Whether you're having trouble with the Google number or just want to contact and leave your message. Today we're going to talk a little bit about politics, but of course, we're going to play this game called the 365. I love these Black History flashcards. It's nothing that you have to use only during the month of February, but you want to do something like this, I think, throughout the year to find out what happens. Nanny of the Maroons. Ooh. Nanny of the Maroons, celebrated Jamaican war hero and community leader. Shout out to Jomo. I'm sure. Um, Leader of the Jamaican Maroons who fought against British forces during the early 1700s, was born in Ghana and escaped slavery in Jamaica to form her own group. The Maroons, who lived in Nannytown, organized many riots and raids against the British and credited with helping free over 1,000 slaves. So I think that that's something kind of awesome. Definitely something kind of awesome. Once again, maybe it's some things that's breaking up on your end. Maybe some things are happening. I'm not sure. But if so, you can always catch us live on YouTube, because all of these shows are live on YouTube as well at the end of the week, where you can still go back and get the glitched version if there it happens to be. So today, Nanny of the Maroons from 1686 to 1755. That is amazing. So there's no months in there. There's no dates exactly except for a year that you can actually log. And that speaks a lot towards where we go towards the end of the week. We talk about our spiritual government towards the end of the week, which makes us take some time to think about our natural government in the beginning of the week. And there are some things that have happened in our natural government that I'm almost sure that each of us should try and at least talk about, think about before we get so started and so deep. I do want to let you know that Je ne sais quoi, good morning, good morning, good morning. Je ne sais quoi has sold out of their Valentine's Day event. Sold out. So I'm hoping that everyone is going to enjoy the live dinner, the live dancing, great dinner. And I say live dinner because it's soup, it's salad. You can even order your choice. It could have ordered your choice of what seafood they would have, which was shrimp and lobster tails. Something exciting. And now I want to tell you guys about a book that I find at Goodbye Pain. Goodbye Pain is brought to you by Taylor and Associates Literary Services, and the author of this week is Daisy Faye. Daisy Faye is available on Amazon.com. She has been a guest on Take a Solar Moment, and I really appreciate the fact of her telling her story to a lot of us over the time and the years. So I want to thank her so much. Daisy Faye, brought to you by Brown and Taylor Associates. Maybe you're looking for a literary agent. Maybe you don't know what to do to start writing your own book, making your own memoirs. Well, let me tell you, Brown and Taylor Associates are definitely someone to call and get in touch with. So with that being said, let's get to the nitty-gritty of Tuesdays. Now on Tuesdays, I get an opportunity sometimes to really get in touch with a very special young lady. And this special young lady is Queen Esther. Today, what I would like to do is really start to get you ready for what she is around for. You know, that image of politics, right? We're not sure of what that means to us on a day-to-day basis. Each one of us struggle with just trying to understand how to vote. We try to understand how to make decisions based on the school board, based on what we experience every single day. And as we work on our understanding of it, you want to have conversations with people in places that can truly give you what you need. Once again, don't forget that this will be available on YouTube. And as we bring Queen Esther to the mic, there are some things that we're going to talk about. Hello, Queen. Hello, Queen. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you this morning?
You know, I am doing well. I am definitely doing well for a young woman. My grandmother used to say, for a young woman, I'm doing well. Um, and Queen, I was just telling the people the reason that I find it so important to talk to you and to build with you is because you're so knowledgeable on defining what it looks like for us in politics, to understand how to break that down, how to understand what we face, whether it's from a local level on looking at it to a larger scales. A lot of times I think we miss out because we lack understanding.
Right, right. And that's what people bank on. Please let me know if you hear me, because sometimes my speaker phone goes in and out. So if there's any difficulties understanding what I'm saying, please let me know where I can adjust that.
Got you. You're fine.
But they bank on, and they are those who are empowered, who are looking to keep to remain in power. They look to helps you make proper decisions if you can understand why, the who, what, when, where's, and whys of life. If you could understand that, you would make different decisions. So I just try to make sure we have an understanding so that we can, govern ourselves accordingly, as they say in old school in the church.
Hello. And this segment is brought to you by Oasis Care Services of Western New York. So if you're looking for special care for your elderly or your loved ones, make sure that you contact and look them up on Facebook and of course on the World Wide Web. That's Oasis Care Services. And Queen, I call you the guru of politics for a reason. A lot of us had to sit through this thing called this impeachment, and I really don't understand. At least I was asked, what does it mean to be acquitted? When you are acquitted, what does that mean?
Well, let me say this. I'm definitely not a guru of politics. Not a guru. I just try to explain to the best of my knowledge. I tell you that years ago, Michael Bloomberg was a Republican, and I wasn't aware that Michael Bloomberg is a Democrat. So I'm not a guru. I said all that because I like to make sure if I ever, make errors in statements that I let you know right away, because Michael Bloomberg is running for president as a Democrat, and he is a Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
So the only reason why I'm saying that is not guru, but I do my very best to make you understand where we're coming from. So when you say when we talk about acquittal, okay. Acquittal means this, okay? So if you define acquittal, it is talking about if your lawyers were not able to prove without a reasonable doubt you're innocent, then you are acquitted. So it doesn't mean necessarily not guilty. It could just mean that the evidence that was placed on you was not enough to make you say, it's just, I'm not 100% sure. So, and also acquitted means that you, the judge or people, the judge or jury said you're not guilty, and it is setting you free. So it can be a very play on words, and that's why you will hear people saying, "Oh, don't get it twisted. Donald Trump wasn't found not guilty; he was acquitted."
And that is a big difference.
Right, and you'll hear him say, "I was acquitted," because it can also mean, a release of discharge or liability. It can also mean setting free, because of a not guilty verdict. But the truth is that his acquittal, his acquittal there was no. I mean, if I was a criminal, and all the criminals of the world, I feel, should come together and sue the United States of America government.
Mm-hmm.
Because the impeachment case was handled vastly different than any other person who was charged.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Yeah, that impeachment, they brought up charges against him. And so what happens is, what is our criminal system, right? You're innocent until proven guilty. So he was charged, but when it went down to the case, they didn't allow additional witnesses. They didn't allow more evidence. They didn't allow someone to come and testify. What case in the world operates like that. Do you know that cases have to be dropped if there was a person in jail who was found guilty and he or she finds out that there was evidence that could have exonerated him or her, and they did not turn that over, that the whole case could be dropped.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
what in the world did we do to not allow new evidence? Yes, we know there are some times that you can go before the judge and ask for, we just received this information, and they can judge on it, yes or no. But there has to be extenuating circumstances or law reasoning that says, no, you cannot bring this in. No, it is too late. No, it was found improperly. You know what I mean? No, you didn't hand it over. No, there's reasoning. The only reason why more evidence or not allowing people to testify was not granted was simply because of politics. And that's what I said even last week. You got to respect these Republicans on one aspect only. They will stick together in spite of what is right or wrong. They will stick together, and that's what they did.
You know, so a few questions come up, but I want to read Dorothea Franklin's I guess comment. It says, just like everything else in our lives, the issue of politics only affects you on a personal level until you research, learn, and grow on the effects of capitalism and politics. Understand capitalism is how we spend our money, right? And when you look at the politics of that, one of the other questions that came up is the president showing that he's above the law, as he has actually made sure that he says, what a better way to get back at those that testify against you, revenge on Twitter. Are his tweets making him above the law? Have we taken politics so far into a social media platform that we're not really getting the nuts and bolts of what we're supposed to be looking at? I know that's a lot, but can you swindle through some of that?
Well, the truth is, and that's what I believe Dorothea's point was, the truth of the matter is there's been no change. This has been going on. That is why the penalties of marijuana was worse than the penalties of let's not even do marijuana, because let's take that off the table right now. How about the penalties of cocaine versus the penalty of crack?
Come on now.
Okay, you know what I mean? How, if I am found with the same measurement of weight of a less expensive way to process the drug, give me more time than the same drug that it was made from, a more expensive way, purer way, gives me less time. So it is very much, we've been living in this system of above the law. Is Trump making himself above the law? No, Trump is doing what he does. He owes people from 10, 20, 30 years ago from working on businesses. He has found a way to use money, that's the capitalism,
right,
to beat the system. So he's just living his normal life. You know what I mean? What it is we can see for the first time, maybe, for some people, how the criminal system is catered towards the wealthy, how the criminal system is catered towards being unfair. And I was skimming, and I do mean skimming, through an article where Trump is, the administration is going forth trying to pass the law and change things around about receiving SNAP benefits.
Yes.
where you must work, and over 100,000 New Yorkers could lose their SNAP benefits. You know, to a degree, and I say this in a respectable way, I almost wish he does it.
Oh.
Why?
Why?
Why do you ask?
Why?
Maybe that will allow people to understand the importance of voting and realizing how votes can actually change your everyday life. Hence, again, what Ms. Dorothea was speaking about. You have to understand the consequences of sitting back in silence and the consequences of not being active in understanding government. Is, as I explained many times, if you are tired of judges imposing harsh sentences, then raise up new judges and vote them out of office so that we can control the sentencing fairly of our people. If you're tired of police brutality, raise up police officers and infiltrate the system so that we can make sure we have good, community conscious police officers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That are active.
Yes. I'm agreeing, and I'm putting the rubber band ball on the rubber band. You know, a lot of times when we don't understand the movement that we see on television, one of the things that came up also is the Pelosi. You know, she's Nancy, Miss Nancy. I call her Nancy. Yes. And the ripping of the presidential speech. What did that really say in the aftermath to Americans and folks abroad? She's standing behind the 45th. Does that what does that say to you? Is it a house? I mean, we know it's divided, but he can't even fire her like he did the other two witnesses.
You know, when I read of their firing, which we knew it was coming, you serve at the pleasure. I have served at the pleasure of officials. I've served at the pleasure of our mayor. I've served at the pleasure of our county executive. You can lose. I've served at the pleasure of the legislator, of Betty Jean Grant. You know that when you serve at the pleasure of, that means that at any given time, for any given reason, there's no union, there's no one that can stop you. You can be them. You can be terminated. You serve at their pleasure. Yes. And so this man, these men who lost their positions after the impeachment, they really risked their livelihood. They risked their safety, and they risked their safety because the Trump supporters are dangerous. You know, and they feel it's anti-American, which freedom of speech or fighting for justice is what, quote unquote, America is supposed to be about. However, America has never been about righteousness or doing right by people. We got kids sleeping in cages right now.
Don't.
You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, Americans,
yes,
including myself, we are whack. Our liberties have weakened us so greatly that we would allow children, human beings, to die with a foil over them. And we are not up in arms, every single one, marching there in Washington, scaring the living daylights out of them that they're going to lose their jobs. But we sit in silence because it doesn't affect us. And it's horrible. So America's never been right. And we're still not right. That we're doing this to human beings. However, it's horrible. People are dying. Horrible. I mean, they're dying. Children are separated from their parents. And I'm not talking about just the ones that are left here in America and those who have been brought back to their native country. But these concentration camps, and you think it's never going to happen again, I promise you this is just the beginning. Yes. Because what you do is you separate human beings from a position. And when you separate it and you take a stand on that position, then you're no longer looking at them as a human being. And we're horrible what we're doing, what we're allowing. This country is horrible of what we're allowing again. There'll never be slavery again. Oh, there will be some form. There'll never be a Holocaust again. Oh, there will in some form, because we're doing it right now. And this is the beginning, the little drop that desensitizes you for when the big one hits. Now, I don't even know how I went into that rant.
I'm with it. I mean, and I felt I really appreciate that, and I wouldn't even call it a rant. I think that's why I could call you. I will always look at you. I know you don't claim to be no acclaim of guru, but here on this platform, you're a touchable person with knowledge and willing to skim through, read through, ask questions, have passion for the government that we live in, because at the end of the day, you know that if we understand this, I mean, you know that there's more to come. So
Right.
I really appreciate that. The understanding of verbs and nouns in government, so to speak, as we know, we have heard many over the years many times how we have to use the right words, especially dealing in politics. And we
Oh,
touched
yeah.
and we touched on the fact of the two witnesses being fired and the demeanor of the House. Um,
Oh, yes. Our speaker and Nancy Pelosi, it was
yes.
just beautiful as far as I was concerned. When I saw it, it just sent chills down my spine. Pretty much what she's saying is that it was garbage. It was a bunch of lies. It was a waste. You know what else I'm tired of black people doing? I'm tired of we as African Americans being used, allowing ourselves to be used. And why do we let ourselves be used and to be honored when you know that this administration can care less about people of color, black and brown, and poor people?
Mm.
See, what it is that we have to know that we can't just keep saying black and white or black and brown and white. This is black, brown, and then there's also